Welcome back to Crypto Researcher. Today I'm going to show you a tiny little altcoin. It's a micro cap gem. This thing is very, very small. We're talking $100,000 market cap. Now, when you find something of this caliber that has this potential and is so small, it could do insane returns. Now, nothing in this video is financial advice. The SEC made me say that. But if you look at something like Shiba Inu, it's got a market cap of 5 billion. If you want that to do 2x, that means it needs to get to a market cap of 10 billion, which means you need to find another 5 billion worth of market cap. That's kind of difficult to do. But on the other hand, if you have a tiny little gem like this one, FatCat, it has $100,000 market cap. For it to get to 2x, all it has to do is just get an extra 100,000 in there in market cap, which I think is very easy and possible in this little crypto coin. Not just because they've taken steps to make themselves more reliable and trustworthy in that they've renounced the contract, which is important because then it can't be altered on you and you end up with a Squid Game kind of scenario, which was horrifying. Number two, they've burnt the LP, the liquidity on the dexes. Usually a rug pull, what happens is they don't lock the liquidity, and then when it grows big enough, they just take it out, and that's what a rug pull is. Now, when you burn the LP, that means you send the ownership of it to the burn wallet. So nobody except for the burn wallet can interact with it. And since nobody owns the burn wallet, nothing can happen to that. So the LP is burnt. And third, the owner, 3 weeks into trading, burnt half of his tokens and sent that to the burn wallet, which was a very good show of faith that he's in it for the long run. He's not in it just to make a quick buck. So I think these things show a lot about the intent of what the owner of FatCat is trying to do, which is to build something long term. Now, if we look into the white paper of FatCat, well, this here is the website. Funny website. It's a meme coin, don't forget. So this is pretty normal. You know, you see a lot of cat stuff and funny stuff. It's not trying to be serious, but its tokenomic system is very serious. Now, it's got 1.9% tax. This is the contract. I'll leave a link to their video in the description of this video, and I'll put the contract also. You can trade it on PancakeSwap, BSwap, and they recently added ApeSwap, but ApeSwap has very, very little liquidity. So just trade on these two. And then their white paper, something I think you should fully read before you invest in this. You know, you should do your research. Don't just listen to some person on the internet on a YouTube video, even though I might sound like I know what I'm talking about. Now, the white paper, basically, it goes through the problems of reflection tokens, why reflection tokens fail, and it tries to find solutions for these problems. Now, the way it works is pretty simple. It uses a 1.9% reflection tax, which means that whenever you buy or sell or transfer, 1.9% of your transaction value is removed. Now, this 1.9% is split up in a couple ways. 0.7% of that goes to users and the burn wallet. 0.4% of that goes to the LPs on the dexes, so providing liquidity so that the trading market size can be bigger. And then 0.1% goes to the team and marketing. And then 0.7% goes to the treasury. Now, every trade and every transfer, 0.7 goes to the treasury. So it keeps growing. It's always growing. And the treasury invests outside of FatCat ecosystem. It invests into DeFi across the rest of crypto and then creates a return. So over time, the treasury will just keep growing and the investments it's making keep growing and the returns it's making keep growing. And these returns are used like this in the FatCat system. It's traded on two dexes, on PancakeSwap and on BSwap. And then what happens is the treasury will buy on PancakeSwap and sell on BSwap, creating a price difference in FatCat. And then arbitrage traders will see that difference and they will buy on BSwap, sell on PancakeSwap to even out the price. And that just keeps happening over and over and over again. The more volume happens, the bigger the treasury grows. And the more volume the treasury creates, the more arbitrage trading happens. So the volume floor of FatCat is always rising. And that's different to other reflection tokens, where other reflection tokens, they either have a hype curve, they go up, and then when the hype dies down, the volumes drop down and the reflection token dies out, because people buy into a reflection token because they want to get reflections. But if the reflections volume is going down, then people don't buy in, and then that kind of self-fulfills a crash. Now that can't happen in theory in FatCat because the treasury is always buying. So when people stop buying FatCat, the treasury keeps buying, and it forces arbitrage traders to keep trading. So the volume floor is always growing, unlike other reflection tokens. And as the volume floor grows, it attracts more investors, which just keeps the system going. It's a perpetual reflection machine. It's been optimized to get more reflections constantly, unlike other reflection tokens out there. Now, if we look at some other reflection tokens, for example, Baby Doge, it has a 10% tax. Now, the problem with 10% tax is when you buy and sell, you're going to have to buy and sell at some point to be able to get in and out of the trade. You're down 20%, which means that for a scalper or an arbitrage trader or a swing trader, all these different kinds of forms of trading, they need a 20% move just to break even, which is insane. Nobody's going to do that. And nobody does that. So all you get is just the people that are coming in to buy because of the reflections. But then you have the problem that Baby Doge is putting itself on all these centralized exchanges and doesn't have any reflection trades. So the whole point of it being a reflection token is kind of lost and pointless. If we look, for example, Baby Doge has 120 million market cap right now and $3 million worth of volume. And you might think $3 million worth of volume, that's great. 10% tax, 5% of it goes to users. So that must be 150 grand being divided by users. But here's the problem. If we go to the markets, we can see that PancakeSwap, the DEX that pays reflection tax, only has $68,000 worth of volume today. And the only other DEX here is, Baby Swap, which has $67 worth of volume, and Baby Doge Swap, which has 20,000 worth of volume. So in total, you got like $88,000 worth of volume, whereas it's supposed to have 3 million, but all that volume is happening on the centralized exchanges that don't pay the tax. So Baby Doge kind of has a pointless problem that in a day like today, it only has 8,000 worth of tax in total for the 10%. And then out of that, there's only $4,000 going to this $120 million market cap. So if you have $1.2 million worth of Baby Doge, you're only getting $40 worth of reflections today from the DEXs, which I don't know about you, but if you have 1.2 million invested in crypto, you should be getting more than $40 worth of reflections or dividends or whatever. So that is the problem that FatCat is trying to solve. It's trying to make a system that enhances reflections and creates volume for reflections. So all of their markets are only going to be on DEXs where there is a reflection tax. And they have this system to continuously have more volume, or a rising floor, as they like to call it. So I don't know about you, but I think having a small investment in FatCat is probably better than most other things. This is not financial advice, but I would rather have $20 worth of FatCat than going to Starbucks 3 times and having overpriced coffee. So don't invest a lot. It's a micro cap, but I feel like this is a micro cap that's going to go. So don't sleep on it. Give it a try. Buy it. And I hope you enjoyed this episode of Crypto Researcher. Okay, don't forget to like and follow, and see you in the next one. Goodbye.